Darien Butler, linebacker for the Las Vegas Raiders. We out here in Arizona for the bye week, man. So y'all come check the crib out, man. It's cool. Y'all check this out. We got the pool and all that too, so we ain't worried about nothing. Great bye week. Back in AZ, I feel like I'm at home, second home. Lovely though, man. Still getting to it, even when we on vacay. So far, it's been everything plus what I expected, honestly. I want to say I had moments where I felt like it hit me and just be like, man, I'm really here and, I'm doing this and that, but I still catch myself at times like, man, like, we here though. I ain't make it, but I made it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I remember going to get fitted for my helmet and everything. And, it's just where I'm from, LA, Raiders is just a big deal in my family and everything. So it's like, man, this is crazy. Like, I'm really putting on a Raider helmet right now. I was blessed to be around some people who really cared about what was going on, about me. Man, I just ended up getting in touch with some of the guys, some of the best guys as far as this career. I get my agent, Jamal Tucson, different. Like, outside of the agent shit, just a different dude. His mindset, it's kind of like, all right, this is somebody I'm gonna rock with. This is who I need to rock with. He's the best for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, showed up for family, like, looked out. Out of everybody who came and saw, he's the only one who came and looked out for me. My coach, Antonio Pierce, with me to this day. I know him since I was 18 years old. Just looked out for me. This shit is crazy. You talk about somebody who changed your life. Like, man, this dude, man, he just giving me the opportunity, just to show what I can do, and I'm forever grateful for that. That's how I look at it. Just being from the West, I grew up in Compton, California, so just always been a city kid. Just being from Compton, man, there's a lot of people who just, they really don't get the opportunity just after high school to go to college, you know what I mean? And it's different. It's a lot that goes into that, but like I'm saying, just going back to me being blessed, man, just extremely blessed and highly favored by God, man, I just continue to stay prayed up, never lose sight of what God is doing, I always try to make that the main focus at all times, but yeah, man, coming out of Compton, it definitely wasn't easy at all, you know what I mean? It's tough, man, every day, and you putting up a fight every day, man, so I'm just blessed to be here. I'm extremely blessed to be here for sure. The lovely part about Vegas, sadly, I couldn't finish my college career, the last 3 games due to an injury. I was going through a little concussion. That was some of the toughest shit I had to deal with. But, the part about that was just, we had a bowl game out in Vegas in the Allegiant Stadium, against Wisconsin. So that was a big game. I'm like, I want to end it on a bang, but, I wasn't there. I wasn't ready physically. Mentally, I just wasn't there and I wasn't ready. So I chose to sit out and declare out and just get ready for the draft. Some weeks go by, I ended up getting the invite to the East-West Shrine game hosted in Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. So it's like, all right, you know what? This might be it. I'm thinking like, yeah, this might be my opportunity to show like, I could rock the stadium out. Because I always wanted to play in that stadium. Made a few decisions, talking to my agent a little bit. We decided like, yeah, I don't think it's best for you to just play in this game. You trying to stay healthy, get ready for the league. You don't want to deal with no injuries, Because you're not just going out there just like an all-star game where guys are not competing. Like, you're talking about, you're about to put your body on the line. Like, you're about to get ready for a war, for real. So that one hurt too. Couldn't play in Vegas and showcase my talents for those NFL teams. But, I think I did good at those practices throughout the week. I showed them, I could move a little, I could do certain things a lot of people said I couldn't do. So I could just tell, man, it was a feeling. I talked to my family before I left, to Vegas, and I told them, like, I'm not gonna fail this time. Like, I went undrafted, that's not the route I want to go. I will say that's the best thing that ever happened to me. It changed me, man. Like, it was for the better, man, honestly. Like, I'm glad it went the way it did. God's plan is the best plan. His timing is perfect. And I just want to stay true to that. It's different when you've been somewhere and with this game, man. It's for sure different. Like, it's a whole different feeling, a whole different experience. That's what I'm getting to. So yeah, for sure, man, I'm blessed. I'm just blessed about that completely. Yeah. That's a handful of guys who look out after me. As a rookie, man, you know, Denzel Perryman came in, just took me under his wing, another linebacker, Jayon Brown. You know, those guys like took me under their wings, man. You know, and not even just on that side of the ball, even you'd be surprised on the offensive side of the ball guys who looked out for me, like running back Josh Jacobs, he looked out after me. You know, I had a good talk with Derek Carter, quarterback, you know, and he just let me know how he feel about young guys and how the hard work will pay off for them if they do the right things, you know. So Chandler is my locker room roommate, you know. So Chandler he's definitely a special guy. Chandler Jones is definitely special. He's a guy. He's a pro. You know what I mean? And he moves just like a pro, man. Everything he does, the way he goes about it, his days is like, you know, that's somebody I want to be around. That's a guy you want on your team. So I'm just picking up some little things like that from him. Denzel Perryman, the way he takes his notes, you know, it's like, man, I want to be a part of that one day. You know, I could just take certain things. You don't got to take everything. You can take certain things from guys that you think can help you, and that's what you do. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm glad I could be in a room and with those guys who are going to be considered greats, like no doubt, for sure. It was crazy. I remember going through the draft process. So I was talking with the linebacker coach from Cincinnati. You know, we're in there, we're having a meeting, and he was telling me like, hey man, you know, you got to do certain things like this. You got to use your hands a different way, you know, because these linemen in the NFL, they're just different. And I didn't understand what he was talking about. He's like, they're just different. Once they get a hold of you, there's no way you should be using your shoulders and doing this and that. And I'm like, I get what you're saying. I'm a physical guy, though. I like to, you know, throw my body around a little bit. And he's like, no, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's a way you go about that. You know, they just move different. They attack you different. So you got to be on your A game. Like, you got to have a different method of certain things. They're different in that league. Like, there's no bad teams in this league. Nobody's bad. No players are bad. It's just what you do that day. So the thing with training camp, man, you know, that was a whole different type of grind, because you're talking about waking up 5 in the morning, not leaving the building until close to 8. Like, you don't see the daytime. So it's just draining. Physically, mentally, it's a lot. Like, it could be a lot. And if you don't prepare yourself, you don't come with the right mindset, attitude, like, it'll for sure get the best of you. So. Had some nice hits in camp, couple interceptions throughout practice. You know what I mean? So I mean, there's multiple plays. You know, I try to be home about it, not talk about it, but it's like, man, I done laid some hits on some guys. I done met some guys in the hole. You know, and when people are out there competing and fighting. You know what I mean? So it's just best on best, and that's the crazy part about the league, man. It's best on best out here. The best guy in the world, the best people in the world playing this game. You know what I mean? I know God got a plan for me. You know, I definitely believe I'm gonna be special in this league. Like I'm gonna be one of them special ones in this league. I just know it for sure. I'm gonna be doing everything I could to let guys know, like, I'm not playing out here. You know, it's not really just to me about maintaining. It's about getting better and producing, keep producing and keep getting better. You know what I mean? Because nobody stays the same in this game. You know, guys you either get better or you get worse. It doesn't change. Like, so that's just how I look at it. I just want to keep producing and just keep getting better week in and week out. Coming into this next year, you know, just to be ready. You know what I mean? Like, there's gonna be some statements made throughout the year for me, definitely in my play. You know, so I just want guys to be aware of that, you know, because, you know, I've always been counted out all my life. Oh, he can't do this, can't do that. But it was more about proving myself right, because it was just like, man, I know I can do this. I know I can be special. I put the work in, I saw results. I know what it takes. And finishing out this year, people will see.